Hey, good morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregirl. So here with the MLive morning weather update. And a March storm does everything. Now, most of lower Michigan is on the warm side of the storm right now, so we have rain showers. The part of the upper peninsula is on the cold side of the storm, blizzard conditions and a blizzard warning in effect there. Eventually, as the storm moves to the east, the colder air comes in, but usually at that point, most of the moisture is chewed up. We will turn colder, we will turn to some snow showers, but it's going to be pretty light accumulations across most of lower Michigan, and of course, I'll highlight that for you, and I'll talk about more spring weather on the way. So here's current radar. Southern Michigan, we have spotty, warm, spring-smelling rain showers. Rain showers in northern lower Michigan, eastern UP. Then you see the heavy snow back off to the west. And these are the current advisories and warnings in effect. The orange for the northwestern UP, that's the blizzard warning in effect. 10 to 15 inches of snow and wind gusts to 50 miles an hour. Winter storm warnings, western part of the UP, winter weather advisory, eastern part of the UP, and a wind advisory along the shoreline from Pentwater southward through Muskegon, Holland, down to Benton Harbor, St. Joe, wind gusts about 40 to 45 miles an hour expected in that region. Here's the radar forecast, and it will give you a real good feel for the shower activity today and when we see it change over to snowfall. And that is going to be this evening and overnight tonight. So this is this afternoon. We're in the warm sector. I call it this afternoon. Well, all meteorologists call it that, not just me. So this is 4 in the afternoon, 5, and what you have is off and on rain showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder, maybe even a light thunderstorm or so. And then we're at midnight tonight, so we're starting to have the rain change over to snow in Traverse City and Cadillac and Big Rapids, Grand Rapids in the late evening. Now this is 4 and 5 and 6 in the morning. So tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., you could wake up in Saginaw, Bay City, Flint, the Thumb, Ann Arbor, Detroit to snow falling and temperatures getting below the freezing mark. So you could have some slick roads tomorrow morning on an inch or so of snow. Moves off, we dry out for the rest of the day. So it won't be something that would be very long lasting tomorrow morning if you had any icy roads at all. Here's a total snowfall expected. Now this is through 6 o'clock this evening, so it's all in the western UP, and through the evening hours it starts to creep into the western half of lower Michigan. This is by midnight. Traverse City area could have an inch or two. Also Manistee down through Ludington, Cadillac, Grand Rapids, maybe you start to get a light coating. And then as we go through the overnight to tomorrow morning, we're looking at most places in eastern Michigan will have less than an inch, but around the Saginaw area and the Thumb, all of the data is showing maybe a little enhanced burst at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. If you work early tomorrow morning, drive somewhere, drive to, a plant or whatever, you could have some slick roads. Nothing that would be too crazy, but it could take you some extra time. And you'll notice that we do have the colder temperatures coming. So this is this afternoon. We're going to be feeling almost near 60 degrees, if not 60, in Saginaw and Birch Run and Frankenmuth and Caro and Midland, even in Ann Arbor, Detroit area, mid to upper 50s. Hey, good morning. Susanna Albrechtson from Whitehall and Daryl Dinan. Good morning to you. Big D with us this morning. I worked with him at NBC 25, great engineer. Run into weather problems with the weather graphic system, get on the horn. Hey, Daryl, can you come fix something? And he was right on it. So thank you, buddy. This is this evening, and here comes your cold air. So here's 4, 5, 6 o'clock. So Grand Rapids, somewhere around 6, 7, 8 o'clock, you drop below freezing. Watch the roads there because they could be wet, and then snow makes them wet, a wet snow, and then it drops below freezing. And it's not a big plunge way below freezing, but by midnight, Grand Rapids, you're 27. Lansing, you're 27. Ann Arbor, you're 30. And by the time we get to tomorrow morning at this time, everybody is down into the 20s with teens up to the north. So definitely a temperature pattern change coming. So here's storm number 1. And then we get through the weekend pretty quiet, pretty chilly. Storm number 2 comes in about this time next week, and it looks to bring warm air our way again and rain to maybe snow showers, but maybe not even snow showers. Yes, Paula Eckert, it does feel like spring, smells like it too. And then the following weekend, of course, pretty far out, again, another spring storm pulls up to our west, brings us rain, snow stays over in Minnesota, and then wraps back in through Michigan. So these are mostly rain systems, I would say. Now look at the highs today, near 60, eastern half of the state. Tomorrow, drop down to highs in the low 30s, south, 20s north. Friday is about 40 to 45 degrees, southern half of the state. Saturday is upper 30s to near 40. So first half of the weekend, a little on chilly side. Sunday back to the mid 40s. And then we start our warming trend ahead of the next storm system. Monday, temperatures in the 50s. Tuesday, it's been pretty consistent, showing that if that storm pulls to the west, we would have 50s and 60s. And into Wednesday, and then of course behind it would be a little bit cooler, but note the cold air has not much punch behind it. You know, this is what we get as far as quote unquote cold air behind the storm late next week, 40s and 50s, and we start to go right back up from there. What else I got for you? All right, a couple little bonus things here for you. This is the upper airflow. I was on a kick showing this, and it hasn't been real important lately, but now it's important because it shows more springy than winter weather. So this is the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Here's our storm system. You can see the cold air, the polar vortex, has retreated to the north. Is it done? I'm going to be talking to an expert about that, and I'll write that up for you in the next couple of days. Vicky Ball is ready to get out the camper. I understand. Now, this is next week. That's what 60-degree air looks like. Humped up from the south. There's our storm system with no cold air on it. And then as we get into the following weekend, here's a storm system coming from the south. Not much cold air. And as we're out 16 days, we continue to march towards spring. Of course, we know that winter will probably come back at some point short, you know, for a couple days here and there. These are the surface temperature anomalies. So here's our little cold air Friday into Saturday, and then watch the warming trend as we go into next week. That signifies temperatures 10 to 20 degrees warmer than normal, and it's not just a day. This is into Friday, March 14th, to Sunday, March 16th, and then as we run it out as far as it'll go to the 20th, it still shows no big signs of any major cold spell. And I do want to point out that, you know, severe weather is getting closer. This is the severe weather forecast for today. With a March storm, if you get in the warm sector, you can definitely have severe weather. So now we switch our attention to that eventually with these storm systems. But for now, enjoy the spring smell of the springy showers, but do know that it's early March, and winter will be back with us for tomorrow. March is cruel, teasy month, isn't it? All right, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Have yourselves a great day. Take care.